Hey everybody, welcome back to this week's Weekly Thought Fuel. What we're going to be talking about today is the way that we grow as adults. And we already introduced the idea of vertical versus lateral development to you in an earlier video. But today we're really going to talk about this in terms of two broad categories of how we are as adults. Kind of an outside-in defined way of viewing the world and an inside-out way of viewing the world. I know those are big categories, so we'll break that down a little bit for you.
Very good, but I think, what's really interesting is I had a conversation just very recently. I met with someone who kind of the culture of their organization, the way some different people in the organization were acting, the way this person's manager wasn't, all sort of coming in, like determining this person's well-being and their effectiveness and their happiness and all of this kind of stuff. But this outside-in way of understanding the world is really like, I like to think of it, it's like the weather. I mean, it is we can't control it, right? Maybe we can change some things that wind up changing it, but that's a long-term view. So really what we're about is we're about not letting the weather determine who we are, but rather instead ask ourselves, who are we going to be and what are we going to do in light of the weather?
Yeah, so the way that we challenge you to do this, in any challenge that you're facing, through the stuff we introduced you in the early videos, through the growth gap tool, the formula for growth, any of that, is that by embracing the challenges that you're facing in life is to ask yourself two basic questions. What's the story that I want to tell? And who do I want to be? Rather than saying the rain came and washed everything out, what did I do in the midst of that rainstorm? And how did I say I'm going to determine the type of person I want to be in the midst of this, even if I can't do anything about the world around me?
So really the journey of adulthood for us, for all of us, for 95% of us, the journey of adulthood is about becoming more inside out. And we think these questions are two exceptional, enduring questions. So until we see you next week, who do you want to be? What's the story you want to tell?
See ya.
See ya.